Welcome Wetshave fans. Today I got a new razor to shave with. It's the Utopia Care 4-inch long handle. This is a razor I got off of Amazon for $8.99. I think they're normally a little bit higher, $11.99 or something like that. So when I saw it drop down to $8.99 on Friday, I went ahead and ordered it because I just had to try it out, of course. Got to try out anything that looks like it's an affordable shaver. So this is pretty impressive. Let's see how close I can get and still get a view for you guys. So it's billed as a solid brass, and I believe that in the handle. If I look down in the threads itself, it's brass that's been chrome plated. So that is very believable, and the head has enough heft to feel like a brass that's been chrome plated. So all in all, I'm pretty happy. The finish looks really pretty awesome. No complaints about it. I haven't found any spots that look bad. The knurling on the handle is enough that I think I'll be able to get a fine grip on it. And all in all, it's just a great looking razor. So of course, I have to compare it to some of my other razors, and specifically to my Maggard MR5. And if you look at that, it should become apparent that they are the same head. And if you look at the bottom, not sure if you can see the rounded nibs there sticking out through from the top plate. That is the Maggard version 2 head that has the rounded tips there. So doing a side-by-side comparison here. First we'll look at the top plates. So you can see that is the same top plate. There is no difference other than what you would call just a slight difference in manufacturing from one head to the other. In fact, if I'm not careful, I won't be able to tell the difference at all. Luckily, I've shaved a few times, of course, with my Maggard, so it's got a little bit of wear on it. And there's the bottom plate. Once again, exactly the same. Feels the same, looks the same. Now the only real test is to see if it shaves the same. So that will be my next test. If this shaves the same, I'm going to know a lot of happy people, because this will become my recommended frugal razor, because I love my Maggard MR5. Now it should be said that the MR5 has a stainless steel handle, whereas this is chrome plated brass. So the handle difference is pretty significant. This handle for me definitely makes it worth buying the MR5. I love this handle, the stainless steel handle. It's heavier, and with this shape, it's just really easy to get a hold of. I love it. So Brad did a phenomenal job over there at Maggard on having that handle designed. I'm not sure if he did it himself or he just, called the factory and said, I need something different. How exactly that worked. But so today, normally whenever I get a new razor, I shave with a derby blade, and that's my baseline. However, today I'm going to shave with this razor using the Astra Super Platinum. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I shaved yesterday with the Maggard MR5 using the Astra Super Platinum. So that gives me an even better baseline. Now I'll just check and see how much wiggle there is, if any, in the blade. And there's just a little bit of what I would call wiggle in the blade, or in the mounting position. So it might be technically possible to mount that crooked or offside, but it looks like it just dropped right in for me. Same as my Maggard. All right, so we'll start a shave here with the Utopia Care 4-inch long handle with the Astra Super Platinum. The brush today is actually going to be one of my other new favorites, and this is an Omega synthetic brush where I pulled the knot out of the old handle and I put it into a 3D printed handle that I designed and 3D printed. And I printed it hollow so that I could then fill it with Durham's Rock Hard Water Putty. So it forms a rock hard and it doesn't shrink in there, and it adds a huge amount of heft to it, which is one of the reasons that this is really become one of my favorite brushes to use. And of course the Omega synthetic brush, S brush head, the knot is wonderful. For the soap today, love this stuff. I'm going to be using the Eva Nestrova Peppermint. Eva Nestrova, for those of you who haven't heard of her, is a soap maker who sells on Etsy, and she makes wonderful soaps, and they're very affordable. So for a 4-ounce or so, maybe a little bit more than a 4-ounce puck, it is $5 plus shipping. And so I was actually able, I got these on a sale. She sold 6 of them for $18 plus shipping. So with shipping on 6 of the goat milk peppermint shaving soap, I got them for, I think it was about $24 after shipping, $23.50, something like that. Normally, I believe it's $24 for a group of 6, and you can mix and match if you want on her Etsy store, and then plus the $5.50 or $6 shipping, depending on where you are in the world, of course. But this peppermint, I don't know if it really shows there. There's kind of a dark patch there, but you can really kind of see it on the puck. You can see those little flakes of what appears to be actual peppermint leaf in there. And that's exactly what it smells like. Like you've just taken some peppermint leaves, fresh, picked them, crushed them. Oh, that's what it smells like. I love this soap. It lathers wonderful, creates a great slick, and just is a joy for me to shave with. All right, so got my brush wet. Shaking out the excess, I'll start loading up. And this is a hard puck. But if you need to, you can see I put it into the bowl here. It does melt in the microwave. In my microwave, it took 30 seconds. Your microwave may be a little different. But it just loads. It's another one that I don't need to bloom. I haven't needed to bloom it. It just seems to load up quick. All right. So for my bowl today, I'm still just using the one out of the cupboard. This just happens to be the perfect size for my hand and for my shaving habits. So just rinse it so that it's not cold. So it's kind of a warm bowl, and I will start whipping up some lather. There we go. Add a little bit of water. Get that soap really pumping. see, it just creates this nice foamy lather, creamy lather. And of course, even with just a quick load time like I did, I've got way more lather than my face will ever need. But that's okay. One of the nice things about the Peppermint is that you load it on and let it sit for a minute, and that, you know, the natural kind of oils in that peppermint starts making your face tingle. It gives you that nice tingly peppermint feel, so it's really good. Really love it in the mornings, waking up my face kind of a thing. It just, oh, it's one of my all-time favorite soaps, without a doubt. And the fact that it's so affordable, of course, makes me, as a frugal shaver, very happy. And I believe that Eva makes her soaps to order. So when you order it, she's going to then make it and then send it to you. So don't be surprised if it's, you know, 3 or 4 days before she ships it. I'm sure it all depends on how crazy the rest of her life is. Alrighty. So here we go with the Utopia Care 4-inch razor. Great feedback on this razor. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but to me it's loud. I would say that that feels just like the Maggard head. So I think I have found a new favorite. We'll see after I finish the whole shave. But I'm pretty sure I am in love with this as a budget razor. $9 for a great shaver like the Maggard version 2 head is just a phenomenal deal. I think it was Cheap Shaver who did a review on this before, and it looked to me like he had the version 1 head. So that's kind of what I was expecting, was a version 1 head that had the, instead of the rounded little nibs, it had flat nibs. And it was a little harder to get it to line up straight in the razor. So you had to check your alignment for sure a lot more than you do on these version 2 heads. And so at that time when he shaved with it, he said he wasn't able to recommend it because of the possibility for a newbie, somebody who's not used to checking the alignment, to get that alignment wrong and really do themselves some damage. But it looks to me like that is the version 2 head, and I just popped it in. There is a little bit of wiggle, but it seemed to want to lay down right where it should be. The Astra Super Platinum, I can say, is a fine blade. I like it. One of these days, well, you can see how fast I'm shaving with it. And that means it's nice and sharp, but also smooth enough that I'm not really feeling the blade cutting. So that is usually an indication of a great blade. And you know, all the other reviews seem to hold up on that too. If you look at like Amazon, there's probably 1,000 reviews on it, and everybody just seems to love it, love it, love it on there. You get onto the forums and people tell you, you know, oh, quit messing around with other blades, just go get the Astra Super Platinum and start shaving. So, in my experience, that seems to hold up. And I think the last time I looked, it was just under $10 for 100 of them. So the price is phenomenal. All right, let's go for pass number, what are we on, 3? Let's do pass number 3. Might as well use up some of this. Yeah, I've got enough soap in this brush to easily pull 3+ passes on a full shave, and on mine I could probably go for another 2 or 3 just as it is. Even not shaving the beard, I get a little bit more mileage out of it. But a good slick soap, a good razor, and a great sharp blade, smooth and sharp. I don't even feel, let's see, I'm going to go against the grain. Oh, just did a classic mistake. You saw it. I slid the blade across my chin. I'll get a little bit of blood there, I'm sure. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Just that little bit. I don't know why exactly, but occasionally I do that. All right. I got a great shave going here. I'm just going to do some cleanup. Look at that. Just tons and tons of lather left in there. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, you know, the little valley on either side of my throat, that is just a pain to try to even get into a darn fine shave. That calic area is doing pretty good. All right, let's rinse off, stop the bleeding there, and then we'll see where we're at. There it is. Sometimes I have no idea how I get soap on my ears. All right. That is a great shave. You know, other than the fact that I pulled a bonehead and slid the razor across my face, and even that's not doing too bad. All right, so for my post shave, it's nighttime and I'm getting ready to go to bed, which means that I really don't need any scent. And I don't feel that I got any razor burn, just the one little nick. So I'm gonna hit it with the witch hazel as my aftershave. We'll let that dry here for a minute. And then I'm gonna use some shea moisturizer, because it seems like the shea butter does pretty good. I'm gonna hit that one with the styptic. Ooh, yeah, feel the burn. So I think I've said before that really, if you want to, you could just stick with witch hazel as your aftershave. You don't need an aftershave on top of the witch hazel, because they both are designed basically, maybe not designed, but they both do the same thing essentially. So I got a little shea butter moisturizer and I ended up getting way too much of it. And as far as what I'm using, this is, I guess, Everyday Shea Moisturizing Body Lotion, unscented. I have no real idea about it. It was something my wife bought, and apparently she didn't like the smell or something, so even though it's unscented, so it was just sitting in her cupboard. So I pulled it out and started using it. All right, so there you go. The Utopia double-edged safety razor. And they have a black handled version as well as this one. The black handled version, I think, when I was just looking at it a minute ago, it was $10.99. This version with the chrome handle is $8.99. So a phenomenal deal. I think now that I've shaved with this, I would even call it a phenomenal deal at even more money. So if you want a nice, out-of-the-box, good starting but finishing razor, a razor that really you could start and finish with, you know, depending on your beard and all that kind of stuff. Everybody has different needs, but just a great all-around razor. And then $9, $10, $11, whatever you happen to get it for, it's definitely worth it. That is a great shave for that amount of money. All right. Have a great day.